Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for tuning in. My name is Fry. That is JLo, and we are back talking our AFL fantasy trades. This time for round 15. Thank fucking God, the bye rounds are done and dusted.
Don't swear at God like that, mate.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying. I agree.
After the week that I had last week, I'm allowed to say whatever profanity I want because my team was shocking. But that's okay because
Mine was bad the week before.
yeah, the
I
bye.
actually did worse than you the week before, so hey, it's all right.
Oh, did ya?
Pretty short, but like 3 or 4 points.
The bye rounds get us every year, but that's okay. They're done. They're behind us now. It's currently midday Thursday afternoon on Toronto East Coast time, so we're about
Close to Friday
6. Yeah, it's about midnight technically, I think. So yeah, we're about. Oh, my maths aren't very good.
It's midnight in Perth.
We're over 18 hours, roughly 18 hours away from Friday night footy kicking off.
Okay.
Yes, so full lockout's about 18 hours away. So you'll probably be viewing this sometime on Friday in Australia, or if you're tuning in from anywhere else in the world, welcome. But how'd you go team selection-wise, mate? Were you dealt any sharp blows?
A couple of blows. The Connor Blakely one was a real big one for me because I was seriously looking at locking him in to my back six.
Yeah,
the
he was
rest of the way out.
He was going to be a popular trade target this week. There was a lot of people looking at getting him in, but not meant to be. 6 weeks he could be out for up to. Apparently he's got a meniscus injury.
Pretty much season for mine.
Sounds like it,
just
yeah.
leave him off. They might as well rest him anyway as well.
They're not going to gain a lot by playing him.
Exactly. He's like played enough footy that he's like experienced enough. He's a gun. So.
Yeah.
That was one of them. Darcy Byrne-Jones being the other one who, I brought in 3 weeks ago or something. Maybe
he's been a failure throughout the buys, hasn't he?
He has been.
I thought I was pretty close to pulling the trigger on him as well.
Yeah.
Luckily I didn't.
Yeah, it's worked out well. So he's missing a week. I'm holding on to him though, just because he might just have one week in the twos to get his confidence back up and bring.
I thought he was out because he was injured.
I'm not sure. I don't really know why.
I'll have a gander.
It could be to do with that dodgy hammy for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, because he hurt that. Did he hurt that during the week, or has it been niggling and annoying him?
So he hurt it in 2 games ago.
Yeah.
Played through it. Got up for last week. Played shit. So he's either. I'm not sure if he's been.
Oh, he has been omitted.
It's said omitted. Yeah, but
okay.
It could be to do with the hammy.
Who knows?
But anyway,
hopefully it's just a 1 weeker.
Yeah, holding on him in case he's not going to go down anyway. Obviously, I've moved Blakely along.
Yeah.
So those were the 2 main ones. A couple of blokes I would have liked to come back in. Like Dylan Clark finally. Little shit, but still missing out. How'd you go, mate?
I was pretty good, pretty happy with team selection. I had Rory Laird come back in, so I think 60-70% of the competition will happily have the top averaging defender back in the mix. I don't think there was anyone else team selection-wise that was under a cloud for me. A lot of my trades this week are revolving around downgrading a bench guy for a rookie who's playing or making some money there and then throwing it on top of a rookie on the field. So I've only got, I think, 3 rookies on my field after my trades this week.
Not bad.
And one of them is Bailey Fritsch, who's probably going to get traded after Robbie Gray at this rate. Yeah. So, I'm not sitting too bad. But, I think with the exception of Rory Laird, Austin... still had on my side, was confirmed out. Yeah, it was pretty much guaranteed he was going to be out, but that was confirmed. But nice to see Bailey Rice and Jolie Smith get up from the D's, the Saints and the D's respectively.
Yeah.
So they'll be probably bench options for me for the next few weeks. But I'm looking alright. I dodged a lot of bullets. Did you have anyone playing in the Richmond Swans game?
Only Heaney, which is we all know how that went.
Yeah, bugger. If you haven't seen, then yes, Isaac Heaney, 18 he scored before he was sidelined for the rest of the game.
Yeah, which hopefully will only be a 1 weeker, but it might be the case where I just have to switch him for Devon Smith next week, which isn't bad because I've wanted Devon Smith for weeks now.
I'll be in exactly the same boat. Or I might even go Heaney up to like Josh Kelly or someone if I can. Because I've got a DPP. But that'll be good if he can get back up. But I did have Jake Boyd playing as well, who scored a nice 125. So I'm going to be taking that as he was my vice captain, so I'm going to be taking that score as my captain. So I'm going to hopefully put Clark onto the field, captain him, and then the emergency score will come from someone else. Although, if Clark does happen to be a late in...
Nah, he's fully axed from the side now.
Good. Yeah. I was going to say, though, because if he's somehow like a late in, he's the only bloke that I've got not playing this week, with the exception of Darcy Cameron, who was going to be my player, but I was like, I'm not going to put him in and risk messing that up. But yes, that's the only other dude I had playing. So I'll go through my trades this week. Pretty straightforward. All week I've been looking at downgrading someone, like I just mentioned, and bringing in Mickey Walters. So for me, Rioli goes out. Only because he has the highest break-even of a lot of the young guys I had. I could have gone Liam Ryan or Matty Guelphy as well, but I think maybe those two have a little bit of growth left, and Guelphy's probably not going to go down in price as much as Rioli will. So Willie Rioli's out, and the aforementioned Austin, who's already out, he will become Joel Smith. I was going to say Logan Smith, but that's not right.
Okay.
Joel Smith from the
So is that a double downgrade for you?
Nah, down and then get Rioli up to Walters.
Oh, Walters, of course. Yep, great.
Who I think could really be a top 6 forward.
I think he is. He had that one bad game where he did his ankle or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, hurt his...
With the exception of that, he's averaging 96. So
yeah, I mean, that's as close as you can get to a premium forward in this, the way the DPP's worked out this year.
That's true.
Is he a dual position as well?
Yeah, I think he was DPP from the start of the year, though. So, yeah, he offers a lot of versatility, so I would definitely be bringing him in. You've had him for a while and got him out when he got injured, right?
So, got him out. I had him at the start. He was doing great. Then he got injured. Got him out and then back in when he played that one game.
I couldn't remember if you still had him or not.
Yeah, I just got him straight back in.
Nice.
And then he got suspended and sort of injured again. So I chopped him out. But he'll be on. He'll probably come in for old mate next week anyway.
So you don't have him?
No, I don't have him right now.
Okay, that was confusing.
No, I had him and I don't have him in the end because of that suspension. I just chopped him out.
Right, makes sense. And he had his bye, that's right.
Yeah, so but he might just come straight in Bahini and actually save me a ton of money, which would be really interesting. My trades this week, pretty exciting, I've got to admit. So I've gone Blakely out, obviously, which is 611 grand or something like that.
Right.
Very close to that. So all of a sudden I've got a ton of money to splash. So I went and grabbed Josh Kelly in the midfield for that. And then I turned, I think it was Ed Phillips, still just sitting there on my bench, not playing still. So I'm just going to turn him to Giro.
Yeah, smart.
Guaranteed money. Sure, he will play most of the rest of the season.
Dockers have that youth policy in full effect right now.
So. Makes sense, yeah. I flirted with the idea of potentially bringing in Braden Ainsworth because I'm from West Coast. And it's nice to see more West Coast blokes.
He's an interesting choice.
But because of the few blokes that are out who will probably come back in before the end of the season, I decided to just go with Giro, the more safe option. I did think about the Dogs rookie who's just coming in the back line. I forget his name now.
Something Hunter, is it? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not even going to try. The new Bob Murphy, but...
well, hang on. Let's settle down. Let's not start calling the new Bob Murphy.
Hey, that's what the Dogs are calling him.
Well, I haven't seen this report from the Dogs, so I'm just going off you calling him that.
There's literally an article on AFL.
I'm sure there is.
You could find... I was scrolling back, and I just happened to see it. Anyway, so I thought about him, but went the safe option. Giro's going to make me money.
Yeah.
Worst case, he's like a 1 or 2 week hold, earned 50 grand, and then
you got Ben Jones on your bench as well. So worst case scenario, you might be able to turn him into someone real shithouse and maybe do a little bit else with that money, you know.
Yeah. Well, that's it. Well, I think Burn Jones turns into Laird next week for me, or someone similar. Yeah, maybe nice. Lloyd in the form he's in. We'll see.
But, Lairdy's not a bad option too.
Definitely, mate. Sure.
Nice. Couple of other noteworthy things. Kate Simpson's 300th this week. So
you backed him to have a shocker, haven't you?
No. I didn't say he's going to have a shocker, but usually in milestone games, people don't seem to have massive fantasy games. Yeah. So he was a trade on my trade targets, but he's not obviously coming in.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll be great. But Mark Murphy is coming in for him, and Mark Murphy is someone that about 4 or 5 weeks ago, just before he re-injured himself, I had a keen eye on him. I thought he's a very nice, unique option. He's had a few decent scores. I can't remember off the dome.
The 4th most expensive midfielder right now.
Yeah, well, obviously I'm not getting him this week, but if he drops in price, I think he could be a handy option. I don't mind him, but yeah, it's something to keep an eye on. Yeah. Like I mentioned, those big Adelaide boys are back. So Sloane's back in as well. Definitely. He's someone who's had a bit of a fall for grace, but yeah, keep an eye on him. But the interesting thing is, I think having Sloane and a couple of those other guys back into the Adelaide mix will make Matt Crouch a very tempting pick. So,
I agree. That's what he's been missing. You feel like he's really missed his brother, hasn't he?
Yeah,
It's his brother, right? It's his brother.
Yeah, Brad Crouch. No, I'm pretty sure it's his brother.
Yeah.
So yeah, very interesting options there. Dane Beams is someone who I've also had my eye on this week. So I think there's a lot of value to be had out there still. A lot of people are saying you should be definitely trading in a top 6 defender or a top 6 forward or a top 8 midfielder, but there is still a bit of murkiness around that.
Yeah.
So I think there's definitely other options out there that can save you a bit of money but still give you a ton of points.
Got to find your value players at this point of the year. Like, it's not always going to be grab the top 6 bloke, because for the last half a dozen games, one of those top 6 will fall out of the top 6, you know, and one will jump in. I think Walters is a perfect example.
Good point
of that one. Anyway, carry on.
You've just seen what I'm scrolling through, seeing if there's any famous birthdays.
I'd already decided
I'm going to give Brad Beal a birthday shout out. No surprise there.
Worthy.
Big Brad Beal fan. Also, who else did I see?
Elon Musk.
That's pretty big.
Always interesting.
Kevin De Bruyne, who's a pretty prominent EPL player from memory. I think he plays for Man City. That's how prominent he is. I think he plays for Man City.
I got to shout.
John Elway as well. Happy birthday, John Elway.
Oh, that's a big one. I'm going to shout out my man John Cusack. Absolute underrated actor.
Favourite John Cusack moment/movie?
Oh man, there's so many, but I'm going to have to say Hot Tub Time Machine.
Yeah, I was going to say Hot Tub.
It's such a great movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Underrated. Anyway.
Enough talk about Cusack. Good luck in round 15. If you're viewing this, hopefully your trades are locked and loaded for lockout. Prediction of the Crows-Eagles game? You going to get up?
I reckon we might get up.
It's in Adelaide.
A lot of blokes coming back in who've probably got to find their rhythm.
Who's kicking goals for you boys?
For us, everyone. Yoli might kick some goals. I don't know. I'm tipping him that.
Jezza McGovern, full forward. Any danger?
Maybe. Fraser McInnes. Who knows? Honestly, I don't know where the goals will come from. Hopefully they come from Willie Rioli and Liam Ryan. But,
well, make sure it's just Ryan. But yeah, good luck. Hopefully your fantasy team's in a good spot for the run home. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time. Peace.